Hey, hi there. Welcome to Finance 4305, your investments class. And this is one of those videos that I mentioned in an email that I have posted on Blackboard. I always think it's important to have some video things at the beginning of the class. And so this is a presentation I always use called About the Professor. And my name's James Pettijohn, as you might remember from my emails. And I'm an emeritus professor from Missouri State University. It's in Springfield, Missouri. I'll tell you more about that later on. And I'm here just to tell you a little bit about myself. For example, since we're involved with education here, you might be interested in my education. A long time ago, I got a Bachelor of Arts degree in Business Administration and Chemistry, interestingly enough, from a liberal arts college called William Jewell College. It's in Liberty, Missouri, which is in the Kansas City metro area. Then my MBA is from Drury University. It's in Springfield, Missouri. And then I have a PhD from the University of Nebraska in Lincoln, Nebraska. That's the big Nebraska university. So that's what my academic qualifications are. I've put these qualifications to use working. I've been employed for quite a bit of time right out of college. With that chemistry degree, I worked as a technical specialist for a company that back then was called Bendix Corporation. Through a series of acquisitions, it's now part of Honeywell Incorporated, and it's located in Kansas City, Missouri. I spent 43 years as a university level professor, teaching, doing research, and so on. And my main areas have been finance and entrepreneurship. In the later part of my career, I did a lot of e-business stuff, but I've also taught management, and I've taught labor economics and business math, so quite a few different classes. I've been involved with the I've been involved on the administrative side of things in a College of Business, the College of Business at Missouri State University. I was head of the Finance and General Business Department, and then I served 8 years as the Associate Dean of the College of Business Administration there. That college, by the way, has about 5,000 students in it, about 4,500 or so undergraduate, maybe 500 MBA and other master's programs. During this time, I found some time to write numerous educational software packages. In fact, one of them was for two of the authors of this investments book. They also have a personal finance book, and for several years, probably a decade or more, I did the financial software that accompanied their personal finance text. That's Larry Gitman and Michael Jank. And I've also written a lot of articles, most of them related to financial education and e-business. So I've been a pretty busy guy over my work career, but I have had an outside life too. I've been happily married to my wife Robin for 47 years. Robin's a retired public school teacher. She was a reading specialist. And Robin and I have 2 adult children. We have Heidi, who's 42. She lives in St. Charles, Missouri. That's not far from where I'm sitting right now. I live in O'Fallon, Missouri. That's in the St. Louis metropolitan area. And Heidi is a wife and a mother, and she's a speech pathologist. She's married to a really good guy named Brian Van Winkle, and he's one of the principals, one of the owners of an architecture firm called Vessel Architecture, and they were just voted one of the top 25 fastest growing firms in the St. Louis metropolitan area. They have 5 children, quite a few, ranging from Mary, who's 18 and just off to college, through Rachel, who's 16, and down to Sam, who's 13, and James, who's 9, maybe 10 now, down to Maddie, who's only 1 year old. My wife and I are involved right now while our daughter's doing a temporary job as a speech pathologist. We're keeping that little girl 2 days a week. She's a blessing. Then our son Corey lives in Champaign, Illinois. That's about 3 hours from the St. Louis area. And that's where the University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana is, the main university in Illinois. And He is a PhD hydrologist. He has his PhD from Boston University, and he's a member of the University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana faculty, and he is married to Patricia Gregg, who is a PhD geophysicist, and her main deal is studying volcanoes under the ocean. She's pretty high-powered. She's an MIT PhD. And in fact, during this semester, she's going to be out on a 6-week cruise on one of the MIT's research vessels. And she's even going to go down in Alvin, that maybe you've seen on the Discovery Channel or PBS or somewhere, these vessels that go clear down under the ocean to depths you can't imagine. She's even going down on that this fall. And they've given us one grandchild named Leona Noel. And here's a picture of us. This was last Easter time. There I am. There's my wife Robin, our daughter Heidi, her husband Brian, our granddaughter Mary, who's off to college at Truman State University. You can see from her sweatshirt there. There's our son Corey and their daughter Leona Noel. There's Trish, who's the PhD geophysicist. There's Sam, our grandson, Rachel, our granddaughter, James, another grandson, and there's little Maddie. She wouldn't look at the camera. Anyway, I thought you'd like to know a little bit about me, so there you go.